Hello friends, welcome to the Wednesday show. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. Thank you for joining us again for another episode of the Everyone Can Do It Yourself projects, and I am the garage woodworker. Today we're going to talk about tool envy. We all want tools. This is something that when you start in the hobby is both the initial restriction, because you need to spend money to get into the hobby, and then once you start collecting tools, you want the newest tool, the better tool, the tool that can do something new or something different that you cannot now do. Sometimes, however, because of budget or because of other constraints, we simply cannot buy the latest tool. And in our last video, that was the case actually that we experienced. We needed a spindle sander, and I do not have a spindle sander, so we're going to sand the surfaces. Get rid of imperfections and things of this nature, right?
Yeah.
And while a drum sander makes this job much easier, a drum sander is about 60-70 bucks, and this was about 7. Trying to get that bum off, you know. I don't know if you can see it. And now I'm just getting rid of the
rough edges.
Yeah, the rough edges. And you can spend a lot of time here depending on how perfect you want this to look. And I thought that they only cost $40 or $50, and then after the episode was filmed I went to look at them, and I cannot find anything under $160, and that includes harbor freight. So they were much more expensive than I thought, but we had the need to use it because of our project, and we went and bought a kit of drum sanders with an adapter, and actually it has different adapters in different sizes, and it's something like this. And the way this operates is you pick the appropriate drum and you simply rise it over it, and this has a rubber barrel. So then, if you can see, there is a screw here, and as you tighten it, is that tighten or loose?
I think that's tighten.
The barrel here expands and prevents becomes tighter and tighter. I cannot do it by hand, but as you even now you can see, this is less easy to move around than it was before. And then you can attach it to your drill, and now you can make some really fine sanding of semicircular surfaces and things like that. However, there is another option. If you have a drill press, the drill press can clearly also accept these devices, and you can go to a bigger size. And as you can see, these are both bigger than the size we put. I couldn't do that if I wanted to. Than what we used in our project, which is just attached to a drill. And as you can see, just rotates. But when you do that, the limitation is that you have to hold both the piece and the sanding, and that can become awkward. Where here, you can have the drill press rotate at any speed you want it, since most drill presses have variable speeds. And now you have almost a spindle sanding device, because you can actually go up and down. especially if you have another assistant, but even if you don't, you only have to hold the piece the same way you would have to hold the piece with a spindle sander, right? And the advantage of this, I mean, almost like a spindle sander, this is the smallest size that it comes. As you can see, it comes in 3 sizes. I haven't put one there, but this is the size, the third size actually. This is the one up, right?
So that must be 4 sizes.
Yeah, 4 sizes. This is the size up, this is one up from this, and this is the largest. But in any case, by attaching it to your drill press, you now have, and you can lift, of course, your table. And on the bottom, the design, I really like the design of this, because on the bottom it's almost like it has like a little bearing. So even if you were here, this could rotate without a lot of friction. I can also drop. Thank you. You didn't follow me home.
No.
But anyway, so this little surface can almost touch this without doing any damage. You can see it. I don't know how well you can see it rotates freely. Do you see that? Or?
Yeah.
So you can have the equivalent. If you're in the middle here, you can be just slightly above it and have the piece touching the bed, and that would be just perfect. So anyway you're looking at it, this can offer you a very reliable alternative to a spindle sander. So the idea behind this episode is that yes, we all want to have the dedicated tools that do everything we want them to do. There is no question about it. But sometimes there are inexpensive ways to adapt the tools we have to do what we need to do. Again, this costs, I don't remember the exact price, do you? $7 and something? $7.50?
$7-8, something like that, yeah.
Versus a cheap spindle sander that would be $160 at the lowest cost, or if you buy a decent one, about $200. Now, someone would say, yes, but this is not a spindle sander, and that is true, it is not. But you can do everything that you could do with a spindle sander using this. Another little trick I want to show you relates to these little, I will call them ratchets. I don't know what they're called, but I have several. And sometimes, especially these kind of chucks, get stuck. And one of the good things about these ratchets is that you can use them in tandem to each other. It unlock, you see? Where before we tried for a few minutes and we couldn't unlock it. Having a couple of these is really they're wonderful little tools. This is the Grip brand, so it's a little better. This is a Pittsburgh, this is a Harbor Freight, and definitely here we see this is a little better made and has a more positive release.
Hey, move a little slower there so I can...
I'm sorry. It has a thumb release, or this is totally friction control, like you can move it up and down,
right,
but there is no release. Just when you tighten it, then you use the teeth. Did I move too fast again?
There we go.
You use the teeth to lock it in the direction you want. This is really invaluable to do certain tasks, and definitely if you have chucks like this that either got stuck, or sometimes if you happen to lose the key, which of course I've never done except now, I don't know where it is. But
you just had it.
I know. But you can clearly use this, hold the top part with one and use the other on the bottom, and undo this chuck without any risk of damaging the tool or injuring yourself. So these are my tips and tricks for this short show. I hope you enjoy them and you will find some use for them in your own shop. And I hope you join us again on Sunday for another build. Thank you for joining us today. We are approaching 1,000 subscribers, faster than I thought actually. We are already at 950 something, or no, 980.
Yeah, 70 something last time you told me.
85 actually.
Okay.
Where we're now.
We keep jumping then.
Yes.
That's good.
So we will plan something really big for that, and we couldn't do it without your help. So thank you very much for supporting this channel, and we really appreciate your support. And stay tuned for more fun projects and more giveaways and all kinds of things to come to the end of the year, and of course into the new year and beyond. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and you're going to come and visit us again at the Everyone Can Do It Yourself Projects channel. This is the Garage Woodworker wishing you a great week, and we will see you soon. Take care.